This is part 2 of Photoshop Classroom in a Book, Chapter 8, all about drawing vector graphics with Photoshop. When we just dropped off, we had just finished creating this custom path to create the shape of this cup. So let's go back to our shape. We're in our path. You'll see here I've got my shape 1, shape path, so I've got my items that I want to create my custom shape out of selected. I'm going to go up here to go to Edit. Come down here to Define Custom Shape. I'm going to call it Coffee Cup. And you can see that it's got my outline of what I want. I'm going to say OK. So I'm going to go ahead, come into my Layers panel. I can turn off my inside handle, turn off my shape layer because I don't need to look at any of that anymore. I'm going to go ahead and come down to my shapes, grab my custom shape tool and my custom shape picker. I now have my custom shape, my coffee cup right here at the bottom, which is awesome. So I'm going to double click it and let's go ahead and draw our coffee cup. So it's about 2 inches by 2 inches. So mine's a little bit big right now. Make it a little bit smaller. Alright, so I'm relatively happy. If I don't like that, I can always undo. I can always hold Shift, make it proportionate. Let go of my mouse, let go of my other. So I don't really love that it's got a yellow fill right now, a yellow stroke. Can't really play a whole lot with it. I want to actually fill it up. So I'm going to grab that pen tool and come in here, touch my cup and take my fill and change it so I've got a different color. So you can choose black, you can choose maroon, choose whatever. You can choose, probably come down here, choose that color that's in that cup if you wanted to. Go grab that color. So we go grab that fill, make it this color. So now it matches, isn't that pretty? So we can go ahead and I'm going to drop the stroke off because I really don't need an outline on my cup. And go ahead and switch back to my new tool. So now I've got my cute little coffee cup. But I want to add a shape. I want to add a lightning bolt or a flower to my custom shape itself. So I'm going to go back to my Paths panel and select this coffee cup shape. I'm going to go into my custom shapes. I want to grab my shape of what I want. I'm going to go ahead and do flower since we're kind of in a flower thing. And I want to do subtract from front shape. And right now I got the whole thing, which is not what I wanted to do. So let's go ahead and try again. Let's grab our shape and do it over. Now when we draw the shape, you can see when I escape, I now have taken that shape out of, you can see it better if it's down here, that coffee cup. So you had to do that in the path itself in order to subtract from. Alright, so what else can we do? Let's go ahead and add that layer that's got this information about the coffee. So let's go ahead and play with that. Let's do Alright, let's see what else we can do. The logo type layer selected. We don't have a logo type layer. Somehow I skipped a step. Alright, we're actually going to place, oh, there we do. We need to import the smart object. So let's go ahead and do a move tool. Let's do a file, place, linked. Let's go ahead and find our folder that has all of our stuff in it. So mine's on the desktop. We are in Photoshop Lesson 8 and I want to grab all formats, logo type EPS, and I want to do a place. So it's going to go ahead and place that for me and grab that move tool, bring it up. I can resize it. Hold your shift key if you're on 2018. If you're on 2019, don't hold shift. And place that. So we can tell it's a smart object because it has that little cut out in the corner. So what can we do with this smart object once we've got it? So we've got our transform. Let's go ahead and add a color overlay. So let's go to our effects at the bottom here and let's grab color overlay. And I want to do the same color that's in my coffee cup so it matches. So I just use my dropper to do that. And let's go ahead and do a bevel and emboss. So you've got a few choices here as to how you want to play with that. You can add some texture, add no texture. And we can say, okay, I want to add it to my coffee cup as well. So I'm going to grab my bevel and emboss and make it so it has that same look and feel. So just as you can place items from other programs into InDesign or into Illustrator, you can also do it into Photoshop as well and still have the same type of effects. That's all you need to do for this one. Make sure you do a file, save as, and package, and turn her in.